Hello, good afternoon. Hope you can hear me okay. Everything is okay? Good. As usual, I apologize for giving the presentation in English. I'm so sorry. If I go too quick or if there is anything you don't understand, just please immediately raise your hand. I like the presentations to be interactive. We are at the technology event, so I will talk a little bit about technology. But always at the background, there is money. When you listen to presentations about OpenShift, OpenStack, and new JBoss, all these wonderful technologies, they cost money. With our offer, we can save your money so that you can buy the new toys. The way we operate, of course, open source based company, we cooperate with the Postgres community, which produces Postgres database, code, and some binaries. We add to it things like certification, Oracle compatibility, increased performance, increased security, and we offer this together with a packet or subscription which contains tools and support. So some of the customers that we have got around the world, what is interesting for me on this slide, that some of the large European companies like BBVA, which is one of the largest banks in Spain, Ericsson, or the German stock exchange are currently happy customers and acting as references for EnterpriseDB. The reason why we're here, 25% of this slide explains everything. Red Hat is our technology partner, and we cooperate also at the sales level. So apart from the hardware vendors, HP and IBM, Red Hat, it's the most important partner that we have, especially in Eastern Europe. I manage Eastern Europe, and we have hundreds of installations of EnterpriseDB on Red Hat. We have one on SUSE. So Red Hat is a natural partner for us, and I hope it stays this way. In terms of technology, what we're offering, looking from the top left corner, software that enables you to manage, do things like failover, replication, backup and recovery, point-in-time recovery. In the middle, we have client integration, so various connectors to talk to JDBC, ODBC, .NET, and so on. We offer migration technologies to make it easier for you to migrate from Oracle to EnterpriseDB, from MS SQL to EnterpriseDB, even from DB2 or from MySQL to EnterpriseDB. We have, looking again on the left-hand side, we provide integration with things like Hadoop, Mongo, other popular technologies, which I'm sure you're very aware of. We provide data management of both community Postgres and our EnterpriseDB Postgres Advanced Server, which offers all those various enhancements. In terms of deployment, you can install our software on bare metal, on virtualization, public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid. You can mix everything together. We have the technology to manage it. And of course, in terms of the new technologies, Red Hat OpenShift, we'll come to that in just a second, but basically providing database as a service. That's the way forward. Another way of looking at it, you as a customer or as a partner, you decide which database you would like to use. EnterpriseDB Advanced Server or just normal free community PostgreSQL. We will give you the tools to integrate, to migrate from other technologies, to manage potentially hundreds of thousands of databases. We give you the option to deploy in the Amazon cloud, as I said, on bare metal, any sort of hybrid configuration you can think of. And We provide 24/7 support by default. All our products that we sell have 24/7 support. Professional services, certification. Here in Czech Republic, there are two places where you can get training and certification. One is GOPAS, I'm sure you know the company, and the other one is a smaller company called Knowledge Factory. So if you're looking for training and certification, you can either do it here in Prague or in Brno. If there is anybody from Slovakia, then of course also in Bratislava. We are very simple to do business with. We only have 3 products, actually 4, but I'll come to the 4th in a minute. Think about 3 products. We have all the tools. If you look at subscriptions, the column with subscriptions. If you decide to choose EnterpriseDB Advanced Server, that's the Enterprise Edition. You have all the tools to go with it, support, everything that I mentioned. If you say, no, I prefer the community version, I'm more comfortable with the community, then you get yourself the community database, and we provide tools, support, just like I described a few minutes ago. And there's also a separate version of the product for developers. You get all the tools, all the software, just like with the other subscriptions. The only difference is that you as a developer, at the other end of the email or telephone, you'll be talking to developers, not to the administrators. So if you're administrator, you'll have the Enterprise or the Standard Edition. If you're a developer, then Developer Edition, and you talk to developers. So we take the community PostgreSQL, we add to it security, enhancements, tools, performance, and compatibility, mainly with Oracle. Very simple. Okay. Whoop. Okay. The compatibility with Oracle is PostgreSQL is the most similar database to Oracle. So you have Oracle experience either as a developer or administrator, you'll find it very, very easy to move to Postgres. Typically, 1 week training course is enough for administrators to be able to administer, use all the tools, save lots of money, and have a familiar environment. For those companies who would like to migrate from Oracle, from MySQL, maybe from Microsoft SQL Server, we offer a set of tools, services and tools, which basically enable you relatively easy to migrate the application. The only prerequisite or the only condition is that you must have access to source code and some control over the source code. We have very diverse group of customers, as you have seen on one of the first slides. I bring this up. I cannot always mention the names, but to give you an idea, we have customers with database of 14, 20 terabytes. It's actually quite a large bank in the Netherlands, that they do 1.2 billion transactions a day. We have customers who have 3,000 transactions per second, 1 billion write statements in a day. We have customers who have multi-terabyte databases, and they do, again, millions and millions of transactions per day. So the database, Postgres or Advanced Server, is fully capable of supporting this size of data, and of course multiple sources of data, because you can take data from MongoDB, you can use Hadoop technologies in order to process, import and export the data. There are 4 different types of customers that we have. First of all, customers who start a new project, they don't want to pay for Oracle. 1 core of Oracle, the license costs $47,500. 1 core of EnterpriseDB database costs $1,750. So it's a difference of more than $45,000 per core. So when you're starting a new project and the business gives you a budget, then the choice is yours. You either spend most of the money on Oracle, or you spend little of the money on EnterpriseDB. The second group of customers are customers who currently have Oracle replicating into another Oracle. So you have two sets of licenses for Oracle and also connectivity software, so you pay twice for this environment and again for this environment. What we are suggesting and what a lot of customers are doing, they're staying with Oracle, they run their business critical application on Oracle, but they replicate to EnterpriseDB. Don't replicate to Oracle, replicate to EnterpriseDB. Same environment, same tools, you just saved yourself $40,000 per year. And the other two groups of the customers are people who are migrating. They're taking the application which is running on Oracle. They say, Oracle, thank you very much. It was very nice. But now we're moving everything to Postgres. And there are customers who are doing it with non-critical applications and some who are doing it with absolutely mission critical. I hope you would fit in one of those four scenarios. If you need to talk about this in detail, please talk to me after the presentation. And this is the reason why that all our customers are doing it. It's not to make me happy, to make the world happy, it's to simply save money. The difference between Oracle Enterprise Edition and cost of our software on the same hardware with 8 processors, so with 8 cores, it's just amazing. Over the 3 years, the savings can be over 90%. So, as some people say, you would be stupid not to try, at least, to see if you can do it. So, that's what's bringing customers to us in the hundreds. Different cases, different customers, but that's how our business evolves. So that's the easy part. That's what we have today. That's what's working. That's what's making us money. And hopefully will help you to save you money. Let's look into the future. Cloud. You cannot give a presentation at the technology conference nowadays if you don't talk about cloud, if you don't talk about containers. So of course, I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk about cloud, and I'm going to talk about containers. This product called EDB Ark was announced only a few weeks ago, and is basically database as a service, but also with the option of a mixed environment, hybrid environment. In practice, what does it mean? You might have your infrastructure from Amazon Web Services. You might have your infrastructure thanks to the Red Hat OpenStack, whichever you choose. We, with the EDB Ark, we enable you to manage the advanced server or the Postgres instances and enable you, as you can see, to create instances of the database in the whole environment, to clone, to scale out, to scale in, to encrypt, replicate, archive, everything from the same console, from the same piece of technology called EDB Ark. We offer EDB Ark in the way of subscriptions, only 2 sides. One is a subscription for the server. You will ask me in a minute how much does it cost. I will tell you. You have to wait for 2-3 slides. It's EDB Ark, so it sits on the server, and you can manage hundreds or thousands of cores, virtual cores or databases. This is all done from a single console. The second subscription, it's a runtime subscription for Postgres SQL users who have Postgres in the cloud, but they need somebody to basically manage it for them or to help them manage it again from a single console, again in possibly hybrid environments. So if you look at the technology stack, today we support OpenStack, Red Hat OpenStack. We soon be supporting, we're actually already supporting Pivotal and Amazon Web Services, but what's next on the list is Red Hat OpenShift, Red Hat OpenShift Online, and of course, we look at the other technologies. We're talking to Microsoft, Azure people, and we obviously also talking to Google, so this will all come in a sequence. So this is your world without Ark. Everything that we provide you, you can do by yourself. You can just write your scripts, taking things from Azure, from OpenStack, mixing them together, providing failover. This is only software. You can do it by yourselves if you want to. But why should you do it if we have already done it? It's there, available for you to use. This is an example console, point-and-click interface. You can customize your different clusters, automated policies, no need for scripts anymore. This is how it looks in reality. So again, with a single click, you're able to replicate, clone, create completely new environments, scale your servers up, just like on Amazon. You can grow your clusters, you can demand more resources. There are policies for automatic backup, monitoring, and so on. So again, you can have a mixture of your clouds. You can have a hybrid environment, a little bit from this cloud, a little bit from this cloud, maybe a little bit on my physical servers because I have, for example, enhanced security needs. You don't want to send everything up to the cloud. You want to have something in the local control. You can do that too. And here comes the most important slide. I mentioned the subscriptions. If we start from the bottom of the slide, if you want to use EDB Ark on community Postgres, you are being asked to pay $250 per core per year. But if you only want the server, the console, to manage the Postgres that you have already deployed, you buy a subscription and you pay $0. Good deal? Too expensive? Okay, no comments. Too cheap? So this is our way to say, come and try. If you are a cloud fan, if you have things up in the cloud, and if you're using Postgres, we give you a console to manage it. That's our contribution to the new era of OpenStacks, OpenShifts, and few other technologies that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Of course, no presentation nowadays would be complete without talking about containers. Everybody talks about containers, Docker containers. The important message for you as attendees of the Red Hat Forum is that we are developing Red Hat Docker containers, specific containers, for 3 different things in the next coming months, if not weeks. We are developing a container for the advanced server. So the advanced server, Postgres advanced server, so that will come as one single container. We also this year are going to release a container for backup and recovery. Database is too important part of the infrastructure not to have a complete secure way of backing up and recovering. Hence the idea of doing this container immediately after the database. And we're also going to have the Postgres Enterprise Manager container, which is basically our tools similar to Oracle Enterprise Manager, if you're familiar with it, to manage to analyze the logs, to manage different instances of the databases. Again, everything from a single console. Do you have any questions? The presentation will be, of course, available from the organizers. Tomorrow, in a street called Americka, in the center of Prague, we're organizing a seminar in the afternoon. If you're interested to find out more and listen to more technology news, this time mostly in Czech, please join us. Vera at the back has the invitations. Vera, can you give the invitations people as they leave the room? So if you are pure open source PostgreSQL fan, then we can give you support and tools. If you'd like a little bit more, if you would like the advanced version of the Postgres server, then you're very welcome. And the Ark technology has been released on the 12th of October, so it's already available to all of you to try. Your last chance to ask questions. Not the last chance, because I'll be at the bar later on. But I don't want to stop you from having a beer. So thank you very much for attending the presentation. It's good to meet you all, and thank you very much. Thanks a lot.